So today we are fishing in Western New York on the eastern basin of Lake Erie. We're at the time of year, mid-August, when our walleyes are staging out in approximately 70 foot of water, and they're suspending under the bait schools that are out there. Our primary bait schools are smelt and emerald shiners. And most of these fish are migratory fish. This time of year, they migrate from Ohio down, which is the western basin of Lake Erie, into the eastern basin for one main reason. Our water is deeper and cooler here, and our bait fish congregate here, and a lot of those Ohio bait fish come down here because they can get their optimal temperature, and that's where they want to stay. And what happens, the walleyes follow them here. It's really good fishing this time of year. We're averaging anywhere from 10 to 18 fish a day, which is really good. And a lot of these fish, like I said, they're averaging 18 to 21 inches. Some fish up into the 8-9 pound range. We have a 6 walleye per man limit. And like I said, most days we're getting close to the limit or limiting out with 2 or 3 guys. So this is the time of year, and this is where it happens. That's got a long leader on it, so you're going to bring it right up to your tip. Keep going. And I may have to that's nice, all right. 8 inches or so. Keep reeling. Be like it. Sky that rod. There you go. First fish of the day, average size Lake Erie walleye, eastern basin fishing.
Second one of the day, full foot, Pautzke Outdoors.
Yep, nice size too. Okay, keep bringing them. Nice size walleye. Another 20 incher. Second walleye of the day. This is what I call a cookie cutter walleye. 18 to 20 inches are our average. Again, we're in the eastern basin of Lake Erie. What these fish are, these are our migratory walleyes. We're mid-August right now, and these fish have migrated down from the Ohio basin, which is the western basin, chasing all of the smelt and the emerald shiners that basically stage themselves out in this deep water. We're a lot deeper here in our western basin. Another spinner. This one had, I believe I did walleye scent on this one, fire gel. That fish just hammered that. Trick with walleyes when you're fighting them, it's not like a trout or salmon where you're pumping up that rod because they've got a paper thin mouth. So it's just a steady reel, almost cranking them up, like winching them. So here comes our tadpole, and there's our big Lake Erie walleye.
Nice.
I'm going to tell you when to dip, dude, all right? And get under them now. Good job. What is going on is they've got a virtual buffet in front of them. So anything you can do to increase your chances to attract them to that worm harness, and we're going to use that to our advantage. And one of those things is the fire gel. That puts that extra nightcrawler scent or that extra walleye scent on the spinner and just entices them into hitting a little more. We have 2 different setups. We have our first rod and reel setup is what we say about a 47 size line counter spooled with 30-pound braid. And on the rod part of it, we're running a 7-foot medium action trolling rod. And on our second rod for a deeper presentation, same type of line counter reel, but this is spooled with stranded wire. Same type of situation as the braid in that there's no stretch, and you're going to get your depth out of it, but it's going to go a little deeper because of it being wire.
Got another one hooked up right now. Gonna reel it right in. See how we do.
Feel like a decent one? Look like a decent one.
Feels like a decent one, yeah.
There we go. Ooh, another nice Lake Erie walleye.
Absolutely spanking these walleye today. This is the 4th that we've got. Hoping for some more.
This is our first episode filming walleye ever, and I mean ever. A little nervous about it, but you know what? It's working out. I'm not used to these long leaders though.
Yeah, I know.
They're kind of different.
You gotta get it away from the
diver. Yep.
What we got there? Oh, you know what we got? We got a big Lake Erie perch.
Holy! That is a nice Lake Erie perch. Hello.
Look at that. A little bonus bag.
Look at this thing.
Look at it. That's actually like an average size. They get a lot bigger. You can get them up to 14 inches out here. So on the business end of those rod and reel setups, we're using what this is a diving disc. There's a couple different manufacturers. There's Dipsy Diver. There is, this happens to be a Walker brand. But again, we're talking about controlled depth fishing. So you're doing exactly what it says. You're controlling the depth. So using the line counter reel, we are letting out the appropriate amount of line to get our bait down and out and keeping it in the strike zone where our fish are. Today, most of those fish were 50 to 60 foot deep in 70 foot of water. And what we're doing is the ratio that we use, we're getting out probably about 140 foot of line off our reel. And this is an adjustable setup where however you adjust the weight, it takes it out to the side and down. So you're getting it away from the boat and down and into the strike zone. And then we go to the real business part of this. We're running a 15 pound fluorocarbon leader coming down to the very end of it. And this is a lake, well, it's a worm harness, can be used anywhere for walleyes, but this is primarily the setups we tie for Lake Erie. There's hundreds and hundreds of color patterns. This tends to be what we call a watermelon pattern, which is what we've been having our most success on.
This one feels like a nicer one.
No more of them dinkers?
No more dinkers.
Oh, good one, huh? Good one. Biggest one of the day. They're growing.
Got the biggest fish of the day so far. Hoping for bigger, but got the big one right now.
You know the bite's good when they're letting the cameraman reel one in here. And they didn't even let me set the hook. They said, just reel. Just reel. You got to. Oh, there's another line right there.
That might be a silver bass. No, big old giant silver, Lake Erie silver bass.
Well, you know, leave it to the guy that's never fished walleye before to catch the silver bass on his first try.
Yep.
We'll take it.
So on this worm harness, it's a pretty simple setup. Two number 2 octopus style hooks. We are just taking a standard night crawler. It's running away from me. Standard night crawler. On the top hook, we're just catching the nose of it. We're pulling it out straight, and we're putting the second hook into it. Reason for the second hook, walleyes are short hitters. So when they come up and grab that night crawler, if they miss the front hook, they're gonna get into that back hook. And basically what that rig does is that spinner, you know, under water pressure spins down there, tracks the fish in, and they hit the night crawler. But here's the kicker. This is what makes the difference out there. We talked about out there about the forage base being just extremely heavy. So we're adding a little kicker. Fire gel, unbelievable product in that you put it on, it stays on. So what we're doing after we rig our worm, we're using 2 different flavors. I call them flavors. We're using the walleye scent and the night crawler scent. And I do usually 2 of my rods with the walleye scent, 2 of my rods with the night crawler scent. See what they want to dial in on, and then go right in. So all we're doing is taking a small dip out like that on our finger. Myself, I like smearing it onto the back of the blade, some little bit on the beads, and then I come right up to my Dipsy Diver end of it, and I smear a little bit on there, and that stays on. What that's doing, that's putting a big scent trail out. That's making that whole rig that we have dialed in even more attractive, because now you've got that night crawler scent or that walleye scent going through that water column. You've got your rig in the strike zone. You've got your spinner out there in your night crawler, and it's going to draw them to it and they're going to hit it.
Well, all of a sudden a big squall came in and they predicted no wind at all, and it's blowing and it's getting choppy, and we got whitecaps literally all within about a 5-10 minute period here, but the bite is still going on. Woo! Come on, baby. Sure, this a walleye?
That's a walleye. It's probably a bigger one. All right, here we go.
Got back?
Oh,
man. You know what? He's not as big as I thought it was going to be, but he's going to eat well. That was the hardest fighter of the day. I like it.
Super windy out here. Getting a little forced out here.
This could be our last pass. They said no wind today at all. Y'all know how that works out if you've been to Lake Erie before. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
oh boy.
Gone deep. Down deep. Ho, ho, ho. It's down there somewhere.
Yep.
Come here, guys. Come here, we want to introduce you to our live well. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a hog there.
Oh,
boy.
yeah. Woo. Woo.
New biggest fish of the day. Just caught this one. Super windy out here, but it's been a great day out here.
Today's episode of Pautzke Outdoors is the first walleye episode ever filmed on Pautzke Outdoors. We're here on Lake Erie, right out here in the middle of the lake, somewhere between the US and Canada, doing a little bit of walleye fishing. You know, years ago we couldn't even do this. Matter of fact, in 2019 we couldn't even do this. It wasn't until 2020 when the walleye and the night crawler fire gel came out that we were able to come out here and go walleye fishing for the first time. So I called Ted Kessler of Rivermaster Charters and said, hey, have you been using this stuff? He's like, of course. Get me some more samples. I'm about out. Come on up here. Let's do a quick show. Luckily, we were able to catch all those walleye in the first 2 hours of our pull, and we had to get off the water almost instantly because Mother Nature turned it from a beautiful morning into a fast, quick-moving ocean. There were waves coming over the side of the boat. We said, we need to turn and get the heck out of here. We did, and went in with some awesome walleye. Pautzke products are available at sporting goods stores near you. If you can't find the specific color, size that you want, make sure to go to Pautzke.com. And as a thank you for watching Pautzke Outdoors, we're going to show you a coupon code to be used for 10% off your next order.